On this vote, the yeas are 222, the nays are 209. The bill is passed. The motion is adopted.
And with those words and President Trump's signature, the longest government shutdown in U.S. history came to an end after 43 days. The spending package making its way through the House by a 13-vote margin days after 8 Senate Democrats broke ranks with their caucus by joining Republicans in moving the spending bill forward.
As expected, that maneuver enraging fellow Democrats who felt they were building some momentum against the Republicans in prolonging the shutdown, causing major backlash against Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Calls for Schumer's ouster from his leadership position. That's intensifying in his party. We'll see if there is any shakeup. As of right now, he remains where he is. We'll bring in our guest, Jay Oliver, host of LI in the AM on LI News Radio. David Carlucci, Democratic strategist. Thank you both for being here. I'd like to start with the Democrat side, if I can, David, to understand a little bit about perhaps what can be analyzed from this moving forward. The calls for a shift in leadership in the Democrat Party, right? AOC says the problem is bigger than one person. She's referring to Schumer. But then also moving into, look, this funds the government until January. We're going to see the same hang-up come January 30th. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so a lot there, but I think some of the key takeaways are, first, I don't think that Senator Schumer is really in jeopardy for losing his role in the Senate. Of course, in politics, we could always try to look for someone better at everything, but you have to deal with who you have. And right now in the Senate, it's like herding cats. So if not Schumer, then who? Yeah, good luck agreeing on that. And also, Schumer has until 2028 before he has to answer to the electorate. And that's the other thing, too. I think this shows us that it's a good thing that the U.S. Senate has 6-year terms, that they can be isolated, as the founding fathers wanted, from the knee-jerk politics of the day. And the members of the Democrats and the independents that voted in favor of this bill, many of them, or the ones that will be running for election, won't be touched by the electorate until 2030. So the Democrats have a big tent, a lot of different ideas, and I think we can't read too much from a few members yelling about something that they have no control over, like Senate leadership. The reality is that now the Democrats have to focus on their priorities. They've lost some of the leverage now with the government open, but they do have the spotlight on issues like health care and the fact that President Trump is having a hard time delivering on many of the promises that he set out to do. And that's evident from the election we saw last week.
A few things. Obviously, you point out the Senate's got 6-year terms, right? In the House, it's much shorter. So it's more competitive. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, he had plenty to say before last night's vote. Here's some of that.
The American people will throw Republicans out of their jobs next year and end the speakership of Donald J. Trump once and for all. Jam your extremism down the throats of the American people. That's what we've seen from day one of this presidency. That's the reason why the government has been shut down.
Jay, do you think Republicans are worried about how the shutdown's going to reflect on their campaigns?
Not at all. Not at all. Because to me, this was a reflection on the so-called leadership, the failed leadership of the Democratic Party. And I disagree with David. I think it's just a matter of time as far as Chuck Schumer is concerned. I mean, let's face it. He's lost a lot off that fastball. I have interviewed him many a time over the 15 years. Had a lot of respect for Chuck. He's in my state of New York. But in essence, he has become a shill of the party. This wasn't about ACA subsidies and listen, it was the Democrats who put the extension in the first place back in 2021. We all know what this 43-day needless shutdown was all about. It was about the guy sitting in the White House. There is such disdain, not only from Schumer, not only from Hakeem Jeffries, but from the voters. And they got the call, meaning Schumer and Jeffries, to do what they did and put many in peril, 42 million Americans who rely on the food benefits. so many, as far as the air traffic controllers, and our skies completely in complete chaos over the last week and a half. It was about Trump. It was about trying to fight Trump every step of the way, and they failed.
Interesting point, too, on who voted yes, who voted no. Senator Paul was a no, by the way, Rand Paul, Kentucky, putting that in there as well. Jay, Oliver, we're out of time. David, Carlucci, thank you both. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Good to be with you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.